This is, yeah, it's Van Halen.
Well, I know it's a Van Halen song, but is that actually Van Halen?
Well, yeah, it's Van Halen. That's what I'm saying.
Then I stood and looked down.
Oh my God, guys! Joey, are we recording?
Yep, we've been recording for 4 minutes.
Holy fucking shit, guys! Welcome back to Mavsplaining. Listen, we have a very special guest in the pod in the POD today. We got the Dodd, got the dad. That was a dumb joke, guys. My dad's here, Brett McWilliams.
Hello, everybody.
Here we go. Dad comes from the north, up from the
Northland.
The Northland, God's country, Oklahoma.
Yes.
Dude, you know Texans get pissed when I tell them that?
Get over it.
They don't fucking...
We're the chosen people, kind of like the children of Israel.
All right, well, okay. Texans don't like Jews either, so maybe we don't say that.
Joey.
Easy Joey.
I brought you a gift, brother.
My dad, dude, first thing he got when he got here, he's like, I brought Joey a gift. I was like, what'd you bring him? He goes, brought him an OU hat. I'm like, I don't think he'll wear that, Dad. He goes, oh, he'll fucking wear it. Oh, he'll fucking wear it if I give it to him. I'm like, Jesus Christ. All right, dude. So we've been hanging out. He moved my camper for me yesterday. Got into a new park. That's a lot of fun. When you went to a show last night, what did you? So Joey, I took him to Dirty Sixth on a Saturday night.
Oh hell yeah!
At like midnight. We were in the weeds, brother. We were fucking.
We were in the weeds, all right.
We were a couple makers marks in, and we were just fucking trying to get through it, trying to get back to HQ. You know, Dad, what'd you think of 6th Street? What'd you think of that whole deal?
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. I mean, a lot of people. A lot of people.
And it's like that every single weekend.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a special event or a whatever. Like, it's like that.
They used to do something like that similar in Albuquerque. They would take Central and they would shut it down between, I forget the block. It was like a 2 or 3 block stretch.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They would shut that down on the weekend, Saturday night primarily.
Yeah.
But this was on a much larger scale.
Dude.
I mean, there was probably, I'd say, 20,000 people.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and on like Halloween too. Like,
well, it reminded me too of the stockyards. Like when you go to stockyards.
Yes.
But the thing about stockyards is there's a lot of shops and businesses there.
Yeah.
But this was just all bars and music and comedy is all it was.
It's just fucking bars, debauchery,
yeah.
A bunch of Mexicans. It's crazy, dude. There are so many Mexicans on 6th Street.
Well, we talked about that yesterday. I mean, you get south of Dallas and Texas has a huge Hispanic population.
Oh, it's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like a lot of the places I eat a lot of Mexican food, and that's one cool thing about down here is there's just fucking options galore. Every little town, and it's all good Mexican food
Good
too.
food.
Yeah.
I ain't complaining.
I'm not mad about it. You know what I mean?
About it.
I'm not mad about it at all. Joe, we were walking downtown and some dude just yells at my dad. They go, "Hey, you look like Don Fry." And then all night my dad's like, "Fuck yeah, fucking Don Fry." I'm like, calm down, dude, because Don Fry's fighting name was the Predator, so I don't think that's
One of the originators of the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, what just an intimidating motherfucker, too.
Oh, you look at some of his early fights, and it's nothing like today. I mean, today when these guys, like I was watching a clip from what's the kid's name? He's a black kid, but he's real tall and lean. Adesanya or
Israel Adesanya?
Israel
Adesanya?
They were showing a fight with him, and I forget who it was, but I mean, it's a lot of leg kicks, a lot of it's positioning, grappling, that type of thing. You go back to those Don Fry fights, and it's just freaking brawl, brother.
I feel like back in the day, it was
Put your dukes up.
It was way more, a brawl. Where today it's way more strategic. You know.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it was just you got a hold of somebody, and then you just beat the fuck out of them.
Like you were mentioning whenever he fought I think it was in Japan.
Yeah.
And they just grab each other by the back of the head and just trading blows for like 2 minutes.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah,
there it is, right there,
right here. Yeah,
yeah, incredible.
Look at this.
And this guy is much bigger than Don Fry.
Yeah. Here, we'll fucking turn off the. Look at that, dude. That dude's just all fucking trap. All fucking. You got the trunks on. Look at this.
USA trunks.
That is the biggest Japanese dude I've ever fucking seen in my goddamn life.
Look
just
at that.
Fucking towers over him. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna cry. He's like, I know you dropped the bomb. You piece
Tell
of
me
shit.
he's not just Oh, and it's like this the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, they just, right here. Boom, boom. Let's go, brother. Come on. Bring it. Bring it. You want some? You want some? Get some. Get some. Want some? Want some? Get some. Get some.
I also like how they're just like, they'll throw a knee every now and then, and then they'll just go back to fucking haymaker at each other. Holy shit, dude. It's awesome. Dude, when was the last time you saw a street fight?
Probably down in El Paso. I went to OU, an OU football game down there at the Sun Bowl.
Oh, yeah?
These dudes just freaking went at it in the alley, dude.
That's fucking awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
and it broke into everybody had their boys, and it was just.
That's one good thing about Six is every once in a while there'll be just a fight downtown, and you get to watch it a little bit, and you're like, fuck yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Scary nowadays because you don't know.
So you take your leg off of that cord?
Yep.
And move your phone off of that red cord?
Okay.
Are we getting a little bit of feedback?
Yeah. What were we saying?
Oh yeah, you just see fights nowadays, and
yeah, nowadays, I mean, it's scary because you don't know if, I mean, it's scary for me anyway because back in the day it was just fisticuffs, baby.
Yeah.
Bring what your mama made you.
Yeah.
Now it's bring what you got in your pocket.
Exactly.
You don't know what the hell they're gonna pull out.
Exactly, man. I mean, dude, there's shootings on Six pretty not weekly, but maybe once every quarterly, maybe once every 3 months there's a shooting or two. But I mean, that's just the nature of it. But also, sometimes you just get a good old fashioned Donnybrook.
Just get it.
Just a good old fashioned fuck you brawl on 6th Street. You're like, this is great, dude. Nothing makes me happier than seeing that. I don't know why, but it's fun. I mean, Joey, when's the last time you saw a good street fight?
Oh, man. I never get to see the good stuff. I see the aftermath. You know?
Yeah.
I never get to see the action. But
Dude.
I don't know. Maybe South by Southwest in like 2012. It was like riots in the street.
Oh,
It
yeah.
felt like.
That's a music festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back then it was cool because like Wu-Tang they just tweeted an address. And there was 50,000 people in the street trying to see Wu-Tang Clan at this address. They'd been
Really?
breaking up it's 2012. Dude.
That's
You know what I mean?
awesome.
Like, just crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, South by Southwest now is just it's pretty much a tech thing now. There's not too much about music.
They don't do the bands anymore?
They do bands, but there's a lot of like symposiums and a lot of lectures on technology and marketing and all this fucking bullshit. But back like 2016, 2015, 2012, it was just, cool shit like that where a band would just, like tweet, like, hey, Antone's 10 o'clock.
One of my favorite videos was, if you're a YouTube fan, was when they did the concert on top of the rooftop. I think they were in like either Boston or California or somewhere.
Wu-Tang?
No, YouTube. YouTube.
I thought you said YouTube.
Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, they just go up on top and they don't announce it or anything. They just set up on this like a 2 or 3 story building.
Really? Let me see.
Overlooking the street, and they start playing, and all of a sudden the crowd starts coming out in the street and stuff, and it's just totally unannounced. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of like when they put their fucking album on our phones.
There you go.
That was pretty unannounced.
Dude.
Yeah, here it is right here.
I had never listened to U2 before that, and then they put their fucking whole album on my phone one time, and I was like, fuck these guys. I don't want to listen.
I used to dig on some U2.
Is that Bono?
Yeah.
Fucking Bono? Let's go.
Edge, Bono. Yeah, they just show up on top of this roof. But wait till the end. The whole damn street's just populated.
Just packed, huh?
Yeah.
It's like that was like the last time the Beatles played together. I don't know if you remember that. But, oh yeah, look at that, dude. Fucking
just crowd.
Just on top of a liquor store, dude. Oh my god, I'm surprised there's not a Korean dude with a rifle up there. You know?
Look at the hair. Look at the hair. Bono was the man.
Dude, Bono. Hold on, let's get some.
Get these people out of here.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Holy shit. That's kind of like what Don't Tell does a little bit. I wish Don't Tell was a little bit more, like DIY or fucking, like don't you agree, Joey?
I wish it was more public, like where it's like that, where it like causes a nuisance. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna do a comedy show in the middle of the fucking highway. And it's just like,
what? No, dude.
Well, didn't you guys? I think you were telling me that when Chappelle kind of came back and started doing stand up, he would just walk into a club unannounced.
Yeah, you would be seeing like.
Can you imagine like last night at Creek in the Cave? Maverick, you're up next. And then all of a sudden, fucking Dave Chappelle comes up and goes, hey, youngster, let me jump in there.
Happens literally all the time in this town. Not Chappelle, obviously, but like before Rogan opened up, there was so much of that people would just, like, I would just be in the green room about to go on, and I'd look up, and like Adam Ray's there, and I'm like, what's up, Adam Ray? And he goes, hey, man, what's going on? Everything. It was like, you going on? He goes, yeah, I think I'm going to go on here in a minute. And then they'll bump you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, obviously. I guess I got to go follow Adam Ray now. Do you, Dad, do you know who Chris D'Elia is?
No, not
so,
my name.
Joey, did you ever hear that story about how Chris D'Elia bumped a guy at Creek? He bumped a guy at Creek and went on stage and was like, he went up, and I guess he like talked shit to the dude on the way out. Like Chris D'Elia is really kind of like,
Yeah, I was there for that.
were you?
Yeah, it was sorry.
Yeah. Then I was like, isn't that guy a pedophile? Chris
Yeah,
D'Elia,
he said follow that.
oh yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
The biggest cunty thing you can say as a comic to another comic that you're not friends with and don't know is follow that. It's really funny when you're like, if me and Joe were on a show and I eat a dick and I come off stage, I'm like, follow that shit, dude. Good luck following that fucking gem of a set I just had. But when you're a comic and you don't really know the other comic, and especially if you're a comic at a higher tier than another one, and you come off stage like, follow that, dude. And then God love him just went up there like, isn't that guy a fucking pedophile? Isn't that guy messaging underage women on Instagram? And it's just so funny.
So let me ask you guys this: like last night, you
Yeah.
know, no names mentioned, but some of the comedians I didn't find very funny.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So, do you have a ethical responsibility to say, hey, you need to tighten your shit up, or do you say, hey, man, good set?
It depends on how close you are with that comic.
Cut the bullshit. What do you say?
What do you mean?
I just crashed on stage.
You just bombed on stage.
Come off stage. Hey, Mav, how's it going? What'd you think of my set?
I'll be like, I got some notes. It's all about how well you know the other comic, right? Like me and Joey are like, I think of Joey as one of my very, very good friends. And I know he doesn't think that, but I think of Joey, like me and Joey have done rooms like this, and then we've also done big clubs together. Like me and him, the first time me and Joey really worked together was in LOL in San Antonio, and I was featuring, he was opening. We were with our buddy Trey Crowder, and it was a great show, and it was cool. And after that, me and Joey kind of got closer. But before that, if Joey came off stage and he ate a dick, I couldn't be like, hey, that sucked. You know,
don't just put your head in your hand and go, bro.
You know what's funny is,
or just don't make eye contact.
You know, it's a funny thing is, comics are very self-aware people. I have very rarely seen.
Well, you get the immediate response from the crowd.
Yeah,
so you know if you did shitty.
I've very rarely seen a comic go up there, eat a dick, and come off be like, God, I crushed.
So do you guys have friends that are just in denial? They're like,
yeah, there's a lot
my
of
shit is
people.
funny. These dudes have no sense of humor.
Oh yeah, there's. I know a couple, not necessarily in this scene, but in a couple scenes that I've been to. There's.
I'm one of them. They fucking love that.
Okay.
Dude, Joey eats a dick, comes off, he goes, those people don't know what the fuck good comedy is.
Go ahead and finish your thought, and then Joey, I got something to add to tell you.
No, it's just, some dudes are just oblivious. They'll come off stage and just be like, man, fucking crushed. And I'm like, were we in the same goddamn room? Are you sure, dude? I heard people breathing. What are you talking about, man? You know.
So Joey, did Maverick show you the little video I did?
Which one?
So, remember how I got him that rifle? I didn't show it to him. I haven't podcasted in a couple weeks.
Okay.
But so remember that rifle I got him for Father's Day?
Yeah.
So I've been telling him to like go shoot it because it's a big caliber gun. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Dad, go shoot it, because I didn't get to shoot it. I was like, dude, I need you to tell me what it's like. And he's like, and finally he was like, oh man, I gotta shoot it. And I was like, I know. And he goes, I can't just shoot it though. I gotta shoot something. And I was like, dude, shoot a watermelon or a cantaloupe or something. And he made this video of I'll put it here but it's just a video of him fucking shooting a cantaloupe and just making these motherfuckers disappear, dude.
Damn.
It's hilarious.
What kind of rifle was it?
It's a 45-70
government.
Damn.
Yes.
So I did this video. It's about 4.5 minutes long, right? And so I did this story about predators and kind of tied it in, made it kind of what I thought was funny, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hell, I'm going to put it up on my Facebook because I don't have Instagram, or I have Instagram, but I never put shit on. I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just put it on my Facebook, right? And it starts getting big. You know, all these people are like, funny, you know, little emoji with the laughing face and shit. And everybody seemed to like it pretty well. So I'm like pretty proud of it, you know. I'm like, hey, you know, I didn't even think about it. I just put it together.
Yeah.
So my wife, she's in the car. I think we're going to a movie or something, taking off. I said, here, check out this video I made. She fucking looks at it and she's like dumbfounded. She's like, just doesn't get it. And I'm like laughing along while she's watching it in the truck. And she watches the whole fucking thing. And then she goes, are you on mushrooms? Are you high? And I'm like, you have no fucking sense of humor. And then we get in a fight about her. Does she have a sense of humor or does she not have a sense of humor? And I'm like, you have no sense of humor. Your humor level is at 0.
Dude, It is always kind of crushing whenever you, like, I've done that with jokes where I'm like, I'll tell somebody this joke and I'm like, oh, this is so funny. And then I'll do it on stage and it bombs. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know?
Just don't get it.
Sometimes people just miss the mark and sometimes things aren't for everybody. But I watched that video and I like legitimately laughed. I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
I have like 600 friends on Facebook, right? It had like over 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Damn, like, that's pretty good.
Somebody must have liked it, right?
Yeah.
That happened to me the other day. I did a bit about how it's actually cool to pay women on OnlyFans to do things because that just means it just really actually means you're good at pranks. So you could pay this girl like, hey, we could poop in this library. Dude, it was not doing well at all. God. But I'm just standing there, a 30-year-old man talking about paying whores to shit in libraries.
Oh my god, damn it, dude.
That's pretty good.
Holy shit. Yeah, sometimes as a comic, you just, you have these ideas or premises that you think are just the funniest thing, and you go to tell them to people, and they don't get it, and you're like, what the... I was like, are you guys fucking...
Don't get it.
I'm like, you guys just don't get... You guys just aren't funny, I guess, or whatever, but... I think every comic has that, but there are some comics who are constantly just oblivious to how bad they are. Yeah. And it sucks because you're like, you want it to be like, hey, dude, you're not good. I mean, or you're not, I'm like, or they might have a good premise, but I'm like, you're doing this too. And some people just don't take criticism or whatever. But then again, like, who the fuck am I to give anybody criticism?
Well, there was a guy when you were still in Oklahoma City that I saw him at a few of your shows at Bricktown.
Yeah.
And dude would come out and try and just, I saw him at least half a dozen times, and I don't think he got a single laugh over 6 sets.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard thing to if you like really break it down to. It's hard to have a thought, form it, tell it to a crowd of people, and then have them laugh because you have to find something that everybody thinks is funny.
Yeah.
Right. You have to find like a lowest common. Like that might be why that fucking joke bombed. Because Joey's over here paying whores to shit in libraries, and an average Joe just can't wrap his head around it, But like you said something really funny last night is like, we watched a few comics, and you're like, I don't think this guy's funny, and you're like, I'm middle America, I'm the average man. Like, shouldn't I think this is funny? And I'm like, sometimes these dudes do jokes for comics. Sometimes they just do jokes for the people in the room. Like they're comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, like. It's for like, have you ever seen Casey Rocket?
No.
Casey Rocket is one of my favorite comics, and every comic in town loves watching him. But he has just this crazy style of he'll just fucking, like, it's not linear, it doesn't make sense, there's not a through line, it's just fucking like bing, 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 and then it's like, it's just funny, but a lot of people like your age or middle America might not think that because they just, it's just not for them. I don't fucking know. It's like,
who knows?
Who's that dude that hit Watermelons?
Gallagher.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Gallagher's funny.
No, not funny at all.
But he fucking would sell out theaters. You know what I mean? So, Who knows?
Gimmicks.
Dude, I need to get you a book on how to act in public because you just, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Joey, all last night, every woman with her breasts out.
Stop.
I can't tell this story.
Stop.
I can't tell this story.
I'll tell the story.
Fucking you tell the story then, dude.
You want to tell the story?
No, you want to tell it.
Go ahead. It's your story.
Dude, we're fucking standing in line at Creek to get a drink. And
Not true.
Okay, stop interrupting. So we're standing.
Already the discrepancies in the story.
First of all, I've never stood in line in my goddamn life. First of all, that's a lie. We're standing in line, and there's this girl, and she's fucking, she's got some bazongs on her, dude. Right? She's got the heavies on her, and she's wearing a very low cut shirt. And my dad's just fucking.
Hey, Joey.
And then he just. And then he just looks at me. He rolls to me and goes, "Hey, I want some milk." I was like, "Dad, you can't fucking say that, dude." He's like, "That girl's all her fucking chi-chis are out." I'm like,
I mean, she's just letting it all hang out.
it's crazy. When you were like, you used to go to South Padre a lot, right? Growing up,
we used to go for spring break.
whatever. Would the girls dress like that in South Padre or no?
No, I mean they'd wear
Like
swimsuits,
baby,
bikinis.
yeah. But like going to the bar after the beach or whatever, they wouldn't. No. Very more modest, would you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, modesty is out the fucking door now, dude. And it's getting to the point where it's like I almost like whenever when I was single and I'd be out and I'd see a girl that would dress like that, I would almost like not even be into her. Cause I'm like, what are you doing? Like I don't think I'd ever date a girl like that. But if I saw a girl that was like more modest and I'm like, oh, okay, I fucking kind of like this. More to the imagination.
Yeah. I mean, we pulled onto, was it 6th Street?
Yeah.
Last night. And I mean, these girls act like they're dressing for I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's for an OnlyFans application or something, Joe.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, they like to show the goods for sure.
Yeah, fatherless behavior out here, dude.
Bless them.
God bless you.
I think
God,
that's pretty cool.
Bless them.
Joey, I think it's pretty cool, dude.
Pretty sick.
Oh man. So, what do you think of Austin in general, Dad?
Oh, I was telling you, yesterday. Last time I was in Austin, probably 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Came in town, went to the Continental Club. Had some guys that were working for me. We came in, had a day off, so we came over and, made a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. But this place is blown up.
It's crazy.
I mean, I was looking at the skyline last night when we were leaving your place, and I think I counted like 8 cranes actively building.
They're just fucking building everything around here, dude.
I mean, the skyline seems like it grows every time I come.
Yeah.
And the traffic is terrible.
Oh, it's the worst.
Terrible.
When I was living in Taylor, I was working at Samsung. Taylor's just like a little, just kind of, it's kind of like Bastrop, but just like a little country town. It's worse than Bastrop because there's like nothing there. I mean, you've seen it. Yeah. And I was at this little like bar there one time, and I was talking to a dude that's lived there his whole life. And I was like, man, is this place blowing up? He goes, dude, my property, he only had like 10 acres or something like that in a house. And he's like, dude, my property is quadrupled in price now. And he's like, my neighbor just sold his 20 acres in a house for, $750,000 or like $500,000 or something like that. That's crazy. And he bought it for $100,000 20 years ago. Yeah. And I don't know how long I'll stay here. I mean, it depends on a few things that are in the works, but it's just, I mean, dude, it's almost starting to get unsustainable. Like, people can't fucking live here anymore. It's becoming way too pricey.
Yeah, I mean, the affordability is definitely going to take effect, and people won't be able to afford to live.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when places become popular and there's limited space. And right. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Look at California. Yeah. Arizona's the same way.
Arizona's starting to get wild.
Dallas is the same way.
Dude, back in the day, you could
Luckily, where I live, I won't say it because I don't want some bitches coming up there. But yeah,
I wonder where
it hasn't really hit us too bad yet.
I wonder where you live, Dad. That's
But you can only go so far south.
Yeah.
Then you got to start going north. So.
Wait, what?
You can only go so far south, and you hit the fucking ocean. Where they're gonna go then? Back north.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Nobody wants to live in Louisiana.
I don't know, Louisiana.
Mosquitoes and alligators.
New Orleans is kind of cool.
200% humidity.
I don't know. You ever been to New Orleans?
I have. It stinks.
Okay. Yeah, it smells like shit there. It smells like shit in New Orleans, dude.
I've been to New Orleans way too much.
I want to go to I've never been. I want to go to New Orleans. I think it'd be cool.
I used to work for a company, and we would do quarterly manager meetings. Yeah. In Louisiana. That was our base. And I would always set it up where on my return flight, I would always fly out of New Orleans. So we'd have our meeting on Saturday. Mm-hmm. I'd get a room in the French Quarter on Saturday night. Yeah. Hang out there and then fly home Sunday morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
On company dime.
Just making the company pay for your fucking debauchery.
So I spent a lot of time in New Orleans.
I asked my Instagram. I said, hey, you're pretty good at advice. You're pretty good at giving fatherly advice. Sometimes you can throw out a little gem. You seem somehow you always just know exactly what to say. But I got a few questions here from a few people, and we're gonna just rapid fire them real quick. This is from JJ Wood Comedy. How can I get your son to follow me back on Instagram? I won't ever follow this guy back on Instagram because he's asked me about 1,000 times.
So is it just a point of just trying to make a point now?
Yeah, it's just this dude could be the best man in my wedding. I'll never follow him back on Instagram
Because
just I'm a man of principle. Just a fucking man of principles, dude.
what's the principle?
That
he wants you to?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do it now.
Oh,
I don't want to do it now. I think that's the thing.
there's your answer.
So okay, well that didn't go well. That was bad.
Well, I mean, you sound pretty like your mind's made up.
Yeah, it is.
So what's his name? JJ Comedy?
JJ Wood.
JJ Wood?
Yeah.
Sounds like an accounting firm.
Damn, roasted.
Damn, fucking roasty.
JJ Wood?
Roasty toasty.
You might need to throw some skin in the game. Maybe a little incentive.
Yeah. Play hard to get. Play a little hard to get, dude.
Seems to work a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never thought about touching a stove until somebody's like, hey, don't touch that stove. And I'm like, no, I want to touch this.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Is that right?
Tell JJ to back off a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. JJ, back off a little bit and then just leave me the fuck alone. So
Sounds like it's going to work.
Sounds like it's going to work. Sounds like it's going to work, though. You remember Justin Shanley?
Yes.
Dude, Big J Shanley asked, was Mav more of a little shit as a kid or as an adult? Ooh. All right.
Probably a kid.
As a kid?
Yeah.
What was I like as a kid?
Always, never sat down, always freaking doing something. Always had to keep an eye on you.
Yeah. You guys left me at a few places. You guys forgot me quite a bit as a child.
Well, I guess it didn't work. You found your way home.
Fuck. Joey, I don't know how many. It's probably happened 5-6 times when I was little. I'd be off planes.
A lot of head injuries.
What do you mean a lot of head injuries?
You had a lot of head injuries as a kid.
Like what?
I remember at the softball field, you got hit by a foul ball one time.
Yeah.
Took one off the melon.
Right off the dome. Yeah.
Another time at the softball field, you and somebody hit you in the head with a golf club.
Andrew Lucero, shout out.
Splits your head open.
Yeah, got some stitches from that.
Morgan dropped you on your head a couple times.
Holy fuck! Now it's starting to kind of make sense.
Yeah.
I've had probably about 6 concussions, I'd say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably.
At least.
Yeah.
And that's not good. I heard after one, it starts getting weird.
Melon gets soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in college one time, and I got on a bronc, and I got on 2 broncs back to back. The first one was about a 30-year-old Appaloosa that was half crippled.
So when we say bronc, what are we talking?
Like a saddle bronc horse?
Okay.
So
just want to make sure we're not,
like flank, they had a flank strap on them and stuff like that, so
not like a female that you labeled as a bronc.
No, I call them something else. And so I get on this, I lose a bet. I have to get on 2 saddle bronc horses in college, and I get on the first one, and it's like this 30-year-old Appaloosa, half crippled, fucking the dink of all dinks.
Don't tell me it bucked you off.
It didn't. I blew a stirrup and still stayed on, just hoeing it to this bitch, dude. And then I get off on the pickup man and stuff like that, and I'm like, sky high confidence. I'm like, oh, fuck. I was like, give me that hammerhead son of a bitch. I don't give a fuck. So they put me on a 2-year-old bay.
The old bait and switch.
The old bay filly. Yeah, dude. This horse was off of I think the Wagner Ranch or something like that. That a dude was working on, and he just brought it for bronc riding practice. Put me on this bitch and just immediately folded me the fuck up.
Skyrockets in flight.
I hit my mark out, which was pretty cool. I hit my mark out. I came out. It went 1, 2, and then I just remember hitting the ground, and I just folded like a fucking lawn chair.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Ground control to Major Tom. Dude, I wasn't even airborne. That thing just darted me right in the fucking ground, dude.
Nice.
And I remember I hit the ground, and my legs hit over my head, and I rolled up and got up and ran to the buck and shoots and hopped on. And then I just remember getting real dizzy and about to fall back, and somebody grabbed me. And then I just remember being real sleepy and then I went and took a nap.
That's exactly what it felt like for me too.
What?
When I got knocked out.
When did you get knocked out?
I was in a rodeo in, I think it was Las Cruces.
Yeah.
Went to get down on my steer. Hazer moves away, steer moves away, and when I hit the ground, my elbow hit on the ground and drove my shoulder up behind my ear.
Oh, just
boop, I was out.
Yeah.
And all I remember from it, it's kind of a really a strange story. I remember waking up and I'm laying in the arena and I'm looking at the chutes, back at the chutes, the Cowboys are there, and I just kind of laid down like you were saying. I was just like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna take a little nap.
Yeah.
Lay back and just
middle of this fucking rodeo. You're like,
middle of the arena, just take a little nap. Slept what it seemed like 30 minutes. I wake up and there's like 2 or 3 guys around me. They get me up. We go back to the chute. Bulldogging finishes. Now here's the strange part. I don't know if you were born yet, but I know your sisters were there. Your mom was there, obviously.
Uh-huh.
I had a truck, 2 horses, horse trailer, my family. I don't remember, and to this day, I don't remember anything from that point where I'm standing in the chute until the next morning. So somehow I got my horses in the trailer, loaded up my family.
Yeah.
Put the horses away, checked us into a hotel till the next morning.
And you just woke up the next morning?
It's gone from my life.
Holy shit. Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot either. I just remember getting on the back of the buck and chutes, and then I was just like, I took off my vest and my chaps, and I was just like...
Strange. It's strange to get knocked out like that.
And then
I don't know how boxers do it, you know?
I don't know either.
Like repeated knockouts.
Yeah. I got choked out one time.
You got to have like a lot of memory loss.
Yeah. I got choked out one time in high school.
I'm sorry about that too.
All right. You didn't. There's no fucking way.
Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted.
Boom. All right. Don't teach him that. Don't teach him that, Joey.
Joey, I'll say boom and you say roasted.
Oh my fuck. This was a bad idea.
See,
Holy
shit. Roasted.
This is a fucking bad idea having my dad on.
All right. Next question.
No, but you don't want to hear my choking out story one time. And then I just have one more. Fucking from John Cuellar. John Cuellar is a comedian friend of mine in Albuquerque. Very funny. He has the first podcast I was ever on.
Nice.
Potential Problems. They are nuts on there. He says, always pull out or never pull out.
Ooh, always or never.
Jesus fuck. I don't know if I want to hear this.
Can't go always because we wouldn't have any population. So I would say never.
All right, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. God damn it.
I'm on the always side.
If
I'm on the
always pull out?
Yeah, always
Really?
pull out. China rules, dude.
China rules, dude.
I saw some information the other day. Not to get, we'll come back to this subject, I guess, but saw some information the other day that was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, what'd you have?
The repopulation rate in China is so far below what they need just to maintain their population, not for growth, but just to maintain.
Yeah.
That it's estimated within 15 years they won't be able to keep their country going. They won't have enough people or workers to keep the country active like it is
in this generation.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's because they were doing the one child policy there for a long time.
Yeah.
And now they're like, it's kind of weird how there's like that ebb and flow when they make a rule and then they're like, there's a huge crazy outcome to it.
Yeah. Well, I guess Europe's kind of the same way.
Yeah.
A lot of countries.
Well, I mean, you got to think. So, I'm 27. Joey's 30, right? 15, 20 years ago, the average 27 and 30-year-old would have 1 or 2 kids by now, right? But Joey, I don't know about you, but I mean, how many of I think there's only, I might only have a handful of friends who have kids that are my age.
Yeah.
And it's starting to become the norm of
Well, that's what I was going to say. It seems like people, I had my first kid when I was, 22?
Yeah, something like that.
22. Mm-hmm. And that's just not, it happens still, sure.
Sure, yeah.
But, I think for the most part, young people, like Pam has 3 kids, my wife, I have 3 stepkids. None of them have any children. The youngest one is 24. Mm-hmm. Of my 3 kids, only one of them has a child.
Yeah.
You know, you're the youngest at what, 26?
27.
27?
Yeah.
So, well, I was close.
All right, Dad.
But, I mean, roasted.
Boom, boom, roasted.
You guys sound dumb. You guys both sound fucking
You're just mad
dumb,
you've never
dude.
had anything like this.
I'll fucking kill you, Joey. The second he leaves, I'll fucking kill you, dude.
No, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know if people are more career-minded or can't afford it or what.
I think it
doesn't seem like a priority.
I mean, is
it a priority for you guys to have kids?
No.
Do you even have an interest to have kids?
I do. Like, I want to
someday.
I want to have kids, but also it's like I can afford a kid right now. You know, if I had one, I mean, I would have to do. I mean,
well, you can always afford a kid. You can figure out a way to do it.
Right, but also it's like, I think that's one of the bigger things. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world right now that I think it's deterring people our age from having kids. Like the cost of living, like it's hard to raise. I mean, it's a lot of money to raise a kid. I was talking to Morgan about this, and she told me she's thinking about having another one.
Really?
Maybe I shouldn't have told you that. But I told her, I was like, oh, cool. Like, are you and, her boyfriend going to get married? She goes, well, financially,
sometimes it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to get married and have a kid.
Yeah.
Because if she gets married, then she'll get on his insurance, and then they'll have to pay $10,000.
That's where the system is messed up. They've changed it and moved it around so much that it puts people in a bind if they try to get married and have kids. And,
right.
You're actually losing money. It costs you more money.
Yeah.
And which doesn't make sense.
So you had Miranda was born in 88, right. And in 1988 it cost. Let's see how much it cost to have a kid in 1988.
Well, I'll tell you what my costs were.
Yeah.
I had a house that we had bought,
mm-hmm.
and my mortgage payment was $550.
Jesus.
And I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I signed the papers on that house, and I was like,
fuck.
Jesus, how am I going to pay for this? We had 2 car payments. I think one of them was $200 and some dollars. The other one was $300 some dollars. So, but I mean, it's apples to oranges. I was making $12 an hour too.
Yeah, but back then that
was pretty good money.
Yeah, I mean that's good money, and then you had insurance through the fire department and a retirement and all this.
When I started with the fire department in the academy, they paid us $8 an hour.
In 1992, 94, when did you get in?
Yeah, 90s, early 90s, 94, I think, 92 or 4.
So, yeah, in 1994, that was, minimum wage was like $3 an hour.
Yeah.
And then, getting paid $8. I mean, that's like the equivalent. Minimum wage now is what, $7.50 an hour? Yeah. So that's the equivalent of like 20, like the academy here pays $22 an hour. And so that's pretty comparable to what it is, and you can live off of a $22 an hour job. Kinda, if it's just you, and you're just worried about yourself, you can.
But at $8 an hour, you're still making roughly $1,200 a month. So
yeah.
Your
Before
mortgage,
taxes,
your mortgage was about half. That's about what we're at now. But it's just getting crazy. The half just keeps fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the rule of thumb has always been, is I thought that your mortgage payment should be about 20 to 25% of your income.
Mm.
So if you're making $1,200, that would be $400. But you got a girlfriend or a spouse, you got double income.
Yeah.
So it's it would probably be about right. But you look at a house now, Joey, and starter homes are $300,000.
Yeah.
For me, a starter home was $55,000 was my first. The first house I ever bought was a brand new house, and this gentleman had built it as a spec house. He did the financing on it. I put $10,000 down. It was $55,000. So my mortgage was $45,000, and my monthly payment was $550 at 8% interest.
Damn.
So
that's remember a couple years ago when I lived in Oklahoma and I was looking to buy a house.
Yep.
And I remember we went to go look at one.
That was like the beginning of the housing.
The beginning
boom.
of the housing boom, and houses were you could still find them for relatively. Compared to nowadays, relative. So I went to go look at a 1-bedroom, 1-bath with a garage and a backyard, and it was in a pretty nice neighborhood in Oklahoma City, and it was $150,000.
You talking about the one by the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, $150,000 for a house. That's,
today that house would be $275,000.
Yeah, and the thing about it is I was still an apprentice. I wasn't making the most money, and I think that's one of the things that's deterred me from buying a house in this economy is like being a welder and a pipe fitter. I mean, you're getting laid off. You're having to travel a lot. It doesn't make a lot of sense financially to buy a $250,000 house when you're just a single dude.
Yeah.
If I had a wife and a kid, obviously, they could stay there. I can go on the road and work. But also that line of work, being a welder is great. You make a lot of money and it's a fucking awesome trade and I can always go find work. But also it's so volatile. Volatile?
Yes.
Volatile.
It's so volatile because like I have no control over when I get laid off. You can be the hardest working welder on a job site. You can show up every day on time. You can, get 100 inches of weld a day and all this stuff. But the second they don't need welders, it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
You're working your way out of a job.
Yeah, you work your way out of a job. And that's the thing they don't tell you about trades. Everyone's always like, go to the trades. The trades are awesome, and they are. And I can always find work as a welder, but it's the thing of always having to find work as a welder, Like I love it, and it's a good thing to know, and I'm glad I do. But also, it's the only job where when you're a doctor, you're always gonna have sick people to take care of. When you're a banker, people are always gonna have their money. But when you're a fucking, when you're a bricklayer, eventually that wall is gonna be built, and once it's built, you got to go find another place to build a wall, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah, and that depends on a lot of things.
Right?
Can people borrow money to build a wall?
Yeah, exactly.
Do they need a wall? Do they want a wall?
Right?
Do they have to have a wall?
Sure, I could tell you somewhere that needs a wall.
Where, Joey?
We'll let Pops tell everyone.
No. This was your idea.
The Texas-Oklahoma border. Keep them out.
Come on now.
Keep them up.
Keep who out? Keep them up.
The Oklahoma people. Keep them north.
keep them out, dude. I don't know. I don't want to fucking look through all this stuff, but I think I saw a.
I think we made our point with it.
But
it's something has changed in the dynamics of what people want. Like whenever I was a young man, I wanted to have a family. I wanted to start a family young. I didn't want to wait till I was 30.
Right.
I wanted to start a career, start a family, raise a family. But now, if I was, 19, 20,
yeah,
in today's world,
yeah,
probably not.
And it's weird too. I feel like back when you were in your 20s, people just wanted to make a living. You just wanted to make a living, have a good career.
Yeah.
Be able to maybe put a little bit of money away, go on vacation twice a year. That was a dream. Now everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be famous.
Well,
and
that comes with a lot of work, and I don't think a lot of present company excluded.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think a lot of kids today have the work ethic that it takes to do that, to be an entrepreneur. My wife is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And that woman works literally 12 hours a day.
Oh, yeah.
Every day, at least.
Yeah.
She just went to market and bought her fall season. She has a boutique, sells clothes and jewelry. She just went to market last week, and her assistant each worked 57 hours over 3 days.
Yeah.
And so I don't see a lot of young people that are willing to work that hard to be successful. They want to go on to YouTube and Instagram and be funny and be cute and be sexy and follow me and I'll get an endorsement. That's not fucking work.
Yeah.
That's not work.
And
what the fuck is an influencer? You guys explain this shit to me. What the fuck is an influencer? And why are they getting paid so much money? How do you make money as an influencer? And what the fuck are they influencing?
Imagine if you had direct access to 1 million people. Imagine if that video you posted.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had that video. You have 600 friends on Facebook?
I don't know, I guess.
Around, yeah. You have 600 friends on Facebook. You made one video.
Yeah.
Right? And it had a product in it. It had that rifle. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And it reached, and 1,000 people saw it. Now, if you take that scale and put it on Instagram, right? Let's say you have 500,000 followers.
So it's advertising.
It's free advertising.
So are they advertising a product for somebody?
Yes, they're influencing you to buy. They're influencing you to do something, right? So that's all social media is marketing.
So who are they that they have this influence?
Hot girls first. It's just chicks that are fucking, they have on OnlyFans. There's like people that have like motivational pages.
Okay, so just so I'm clear on the whole OnlyFans thing.
Yeah.
So my understanding of
Yeah.
I almost said holy fans.
Yeah.
Hey,
you're not far
we
off.
might be able to start something there. Holy fans.
Holy fans, there we go.
Yeah.
How do you spell it? How do you spell it? Because that makes a big difference on what kind of website it is. Holy fans.
Holy fans. Oh, you mean holy fans.
You mean holy fans.
Follow your favorite pastor.
Jesus loves you.
All right. Okay.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah.
Never been on it.
Okay.
The way I understand it is a person, can be a man or a woman.
Sure.
People subscribe
Yeah.
to your site, address, whatever,
Yeah.
and you do stuff for money.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So do they like type in a message? Hey, show me your...
Yeah, you can write messages to them. All OnlyFans started out, so there's a thing called a paywall, right? Do you know
Paywall.
Do you know what a paywall is?
No idea.
A paywall is where people pay you money to see content. And OnlyFans originally started as like a rival to another thing called Patreon. Patreon is similar to OnlyFans where there's a paywall, you subscribe at some sort of tier, right? They just like a lot of podcasts have Patreons where you can be like, for $5 a month, we'll give you an extra episode of our podcast that no one else sees, just the people who subscribe, and it's a way to make money. So OnlyFans started out with, it was just a paywall, right? It was like only for your fans. So if you were like, if me and Joey can start an OnlyFans, but it doesn't have to be sexual, right?
But it will be.
But it will be.
It will be.
But it will be. Make a little fucking Joey sandwich, light on the Joey, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, yo.
So-
looking thin, looking fit.
Like if me and Joey had, 100,000 Instagram followers and we're constantly posting Instagram, stand-up clips, we could start an OnlyFans and say, hey man, for $10 a month, you can see you can see me do stand-up that no one else will see. And it's like it's like you're paying for a different experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand.
But now it's just 90% just porn is pretty much what it is. There's a small portion of people that do, whatever. I mean, there's OnlyFans has a comedy now.
So I know of someone who has an OnlyFans.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is it? Look her up right now.
What is it? Where's my phone at?
Let's just say a friend of a friend.
A friend of a friend, sure.
Friend of a friend supposedly has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And young, probably under 25.
Okay.
And this person is supposedly making like 30 grand a month.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy.
So it's just porn.
It is, but what's funny is there's sometimes they will like advertise like go check out my OnlyFans or whatever, and it's just them in a bikini, or it's just them in their underwear or whatever. But then a lot of them were
So you have a subscription that I'm assuming you have to pay for.
yeah.
Like if I'm going to get on Mavrika's OnlyFans.
All right, calm the fuck down. All right, yeah,
Mythical person.
$7 for $7 a month. I can post
$7 a month.
for $7 a month.
Now let's say I want to see Mavrika's ankles.
So you message me, you're like, hey, send me a picture of your ankles,
Got to pay up.
and I'll message you, say, send me $40.
That's how they're.
And then you
making
send
it.
me $40, and then I show you a picture. So it's
So
like,
now it makes sense.
yeah,
Because if it was just a subscription,
right,
and you got to do all this extra stuff,
yeah,
I don't see how they're making that kind of money. But if it's,
right.
yeah.
It's daring. You're saying, hey, I dare you.
Joey, the bit's not fucking working. Dude.
I dare you.
Stop trying to
show
get it
me
to
your
work,
ankles.
dude. I dare you to take a shit in Pride and Prejudice at the local library and smack it shut.
Order a large tub of popcorn. Pour half of it out. Poop into the tub. Take it back to the counter. Tell them you didn't ask for sausage.
When I was
I didn't ask for some. Fuck you, dude. That's hilarious.
when I was in the fire department, had a guy that I was working with. He got a divorce, and he was having a hard time meeting new women.
Yeah.
So he would always come up with like crazy shit. So he would go up to these women in the bars, have a conversation with them. He goes, you know what? I just got a divorce. He goes, I've never had a woman give me a blowjob where I came.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I just never have been able to do that. Challenge accepted. He got more freaking blowjobs than anybody in the world.
JJ Wood, take fucking note, okay? Sometimes you need to be a little bit,
Sometimes you gotta blow Maverick.
Sometimes you gotta. Hey, you want me to follow you on Instagram? We fucking know what's happening now, dude.
So.
Yeah, I've heard that approach before for sure. It's always like there's no fucking. They're like.
There we go.
Jesus Christ. What were we saying though? Oh, you also asked what an influencer is.
I think I know.
You get it now?
Yeah, I got it.
So that's all it is.
But I don't see. To me, it doesn't make sense. I can't wrap my mind around it. Why someone would be that important? I mean, to me, that would be in my age, I guess, or my time would be like sports stars.
Yeah.
A Michael Jordan or somebody famous.
Right.
They're the ones that were the influencers.
Right.
But now it's just some dude that I never heard of.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, that's well, what the hell's he influencing?
Well, I think that's one of the big things that social media came about is like we'd follow people like like Steve Rinella. I'm a big fan of Steve Rinella and Meat Eater and him bringing hunting to the forefront of America. And dude, Steve Rinella and Joe Rogan have gotten more people into bow hunting than fucking Fred Bear. And
Cam Haines too.
Oh, and Cam Haines and Jocko and all these dudes who are like these alpha fucking dudes who are they're like I bow hunt elk. Elk hunting is more like growing up. Growing up in New Mexico, we always went elk hunting. We always put in for an elk tag every year, and we always went rifle. We never went bow, but it's kind of funny to me. Like growing up, everybody I knew elk hunted. All of my buddies put in for an elk tag every year. I've been on elk hunts since I was 10 years old. But now, I went to archery country here in Austin, and I was shooting my Matthews. I have an older Matthews. It works great. I love it. And this dude next to me was shooting a brand new PSC, decked out to the fucking nines. It's got a roller tape, single pin, big ass stick, like a beautiful bow. That year's bow.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, growing up, if you saw a dude with a bow like that, you'd be like, this dude's a serious fucking archer. This dude must go every year for every species. And I was like, how long have you been doing archery? The guy's like, oh, I've been doing it for about 9 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. He goes, yeah, I really want to go do a DIY over-the-counter elk hunt in Colorado. And I'm like, dude, I was like, where are you from? And he was from like Maryland or somewhere back east. And I was like, have you ever even been to Colorado?
No idea what he's getting into.
Yeah, and I didn't tell him this, but I'm like, dude, I grew up hunting elk in the Gila, which is pretty hard country. But hunting elk in the Southern Rockies in Colorado is no fuck around shit, and it's... Yeah. But these guys influenced these dudes who probably would have never had a thought or an inkling to do it, to go, elk hunt. And it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the popularity of it. And it's, like I agree, it's the social media aspect of it. But, I mean, it makes it difficult for guys like me, especially now that I don't have residency in New Mexico. Mm-hmm. I have to apply as an out-of-stater. Mm-hmm. And unless you have a full tag of 4 people, it's impossible. It even says so in the proclamation. Unless you have a full application of 4 people, you may not even apply. Yeah. Because they're going to give preference to 4 applicants because it's 4 times the money as opposed to 1 person trying.
Yeah.
So my chances of hunting in New Mexico, unless I move back there or get a residency there by land, are 0. Unless I get 4 people to go or 3 other people to go with me.
I'm working on it, by the way.
But the thing is have you priced like a private hunt, a private elk hunt?
Yeah, I have friends who Josh Fish.
You're looking at anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 to $30,000.
It's insane
to buy a bull tag. Yeah, not even a guarantee.
I have a friend of a friend.
That's how popular it's become.
It's crazy. So
you used to be. I'm sorry to keep cutting.
No, you're fine.
I used to rodeo with a guy. I can't remember his name right now, but he was a guide. Very, very good guide. He even had some spots on like the Outdoor Channel.
Oh, cool.
He was a bronc rider, super guy. But during season, he would take off from work and he would guide. Mm-hmm. And very successful, always busy. Every hunt was booked up. You know what his rate was?
What?
$400.
Yeah. I mean, but those
in
are
the 90s.
Those are 90s prices, yeah.
$400 to guide. Now that was just for him guiding, not
right.
The cook, the camp, everything else. But $400 rate for like a 5-day hunt.
Yeah.
So
I have a few friends who guide in New Mexico who are very successful. Josh Fish, really good buddy. He married into a family, and they have I asked his wife Maxie the other day. I was like, "Hey, how big's your guys' ranch?" And in Magdalena, they have like a 500,000 acre ranch, and it has gigantic bulls on it.
Yeah, ranches in Texas and New Mexico are huge.
And then they have huge muleys on them too and stuff like that. But she was telling me they get 10, 15 elk hunters a year.
Yeah.
Right. And their family's been guiding in New Mexico for decades. Like her dad's a really, really good elk guide. But it's somebody asked me the other day, they're like, how much does an elk hunt cost? And I was like, if you do it yourself, you're looking at about $3,000, right? Between travel, your tag, all your food. But if you go get guided, you're looking at $10,000 maybe minimum for a fucking elk.
That's probably for a cow tag.
Yeah, for a cow tag. And they're like, but does that guarantee you one? And the craziest thing is, it doesn't.
No.
You can spend $10,000 on a guided elk hunt, go out to New Mexico, Colorado, Utah.
Never see a thing.
And never hear a fucking bugle. That's the craziest part about it. I know somebody who knows about Rogan's hunts. He goes to a place in California.
Yeah.
He kills a lot of Roosevelt bulls instead of Rocky Mountain bulls. And they pretty much take him to like the back fuck you pasture of like, hey dude, it's not if you're gonna get a bull, it's you pick one and we'll go get it. And respect to Rogan, because he puts in the work behind at the range, and he's in shape and stuff like that, and he can do a DIY hunt by himself. But also, if you're Joe Rogan and you're elk hunting, you're never not gonna tag out. They're gonna put you with the best guide. They're gonna put you in the best place. Sure. And it kind of gives dudes like us, we know what it's, the expectation of it, but it gives dudes that have never been elk hunting an unrealistic expectation. And that is one bad thing about influencers, is like fitness influencers. These dudes, they're in fucking great shape and they're trying to write people programs, but they're not, a single mom who's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
But she's going to spend $700 on your fucking workout program and might lose 5 pounds.
Right.
So there's good things and bad things about influencers too.
Yeah, and I mean, if I was going to give advice to anybody that has never been elk hunting or first-time bow hunter, man, it's just got to be careful how far you jump in. You might want to start off with just a cow hunt, or something simple.
Dude, start off with a stand hunt.
Yeah. Stand hunt, or even a rifle hunt if you've never been.
Oh yeah.
You're going to have in my mind, you're going to have more success, with the rifle if you're a good shot.
If I ever get a New Mexico license again, I'll never put in for a archery tag.
I'll never bow hunt again unless I get my shoulders redone, because I can't pull back.
Right.
My shoulders are shot. So. But
also, it's like, that's the thing too, is if I get a New Mexico license and I can put in for the draw again, I'll never put in for an archery hunt, because in my mind, I'm not going for the experience. I'm going for meat. I'm going to get something.
Well, the archery hunters typically are on the rut, early part of the season. That's when the archers get to go in first. So they're on the rut. So do you know how to call?
Right.
Do you know how to call good?
Yeah.
Because you
I call pretty good.
Excuse me, Mr. Bull.
I'm gonna tell you, boys.
Prance your dead ass around the corner.
Ooh, I'm just a cow elk looking to get boned. Like, Joey, shut up. You're like, dude, I got this. You boys. I'm like, fuck. I should have left it home.
Well, if you go in there blowing your call all over the place, and, you're pushing them out instead of calling them in.
Yeah.
So
now my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
There you go. Damn right it does.
Fucking JJ Wood comedy, dude. Again, dude, taking advice from elk hunting, dude. You just don't overcall. Let them come to you. Give one little bugle blast and see where they're at. Right.
Yeah.
Give a little. You know what's funny is there's elk like calling it bugling for an elk or something like that is real. It's like an art, because it's not just blowing into your bugle tube and just listening back and responding, but it's also like blowing in, waiting, challenging, different types of calls, doing a scrape.
For me, I mean, the progression of my hunting, like, back in the day, we'd go into the Gila and hike all day, on a 7-day hunt, start off at 5:30 in the morning and go till, sun goes down.
Yeah.
And just work your ass off, and you may or may not see anything, but, I'm to the point now where I got my stand, and I hunt the same spot every year.
Right.
Got my old rifle there, old reliable.
Old 243.
Old 243. And I can sit there and watch my YouTube, watch the Sooners play on a Saturday in my deer stand and look up once in a while. Anything out there? Fuck it, let's go back to the game,
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly happy. I don't need to be topping mountains and running up and down valleys. And, I'm like, physically I can't do it anymore. My knees and my shoulders and everything, it just won't let me do it. But I mean, if I get a chance to elk hunt again, I'll never hunt like I used to.
Right.
But, it's for me, I love hunting. It's hunting and fishing, I mean, I'm kind of to that point where that's all I want to do anymore.
It's, and I'm starting to get.
Almost all.
All right.
Hey, yo.
Calm down. Calm down. All right. I'm getting to that point too where like for a long time, it was hard for me to go hunt places and stuff like that. But now I'm like, fuck it. I want to go. Like, I love coyote hunting. Coyote hunting is one of my favorite things to do.
That's fun.
Coyote hunting is a good time. It's low risk, low reward.
And you're serving a purpose.
It's low risk, high reward. And you're
overpopulated.
Yeah. I mean, and it's it's fun, and it doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It's cool to go with your friends.
It could cost a lot of money.
That's a cool thing about coyote hunting. Coyote hunting is
spend some bucks.
I know dudes that have the fucking thermals, the can, the
$3,000 scope.
Yeah, $3,000 scope on a $1,200 rifle with a $3,000 suppressor
and a $500 tripod.
Yeah, $500 tripod and a fucking a $1,000 call box,
Yeah, but that's like, you can spend as much as you want on anything. It's like the guy in the Olympics, the fucking guy from Turkey.
Exactly, yeah.
He goes out with a cigarette hanging out of a no filter hanging out, and he's like, "Bing, give me my medal."
He's like, "Give me that silver, bitch."
And all these other guys got their
monocular and shit like that. They're like,
how cool a story was that?
That was fucking awesome.
That was a good story.
My favorite part about that whole picture is his fucking hand is in his offhand is in his pocket.
Yeah.
And he's just like, clack.
Which is probably pretty smart.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's not like a pendulum.
Right.
Swinging. Mm-hmm. Even when you breathe, you move a little bit. So what does he do? Puts it in his pocket. Pretty smart technique, really.
When I was in the Navy and we had to qualify every year.
You were in the Navy?
I was in the Navy.
Did you sail the 7 seas?
Okay, I did not do that.
Stay at the YMCA.
I'll kill you, dude. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you after this. So when we would have to
remember that song? In the Navy.
From the Village People?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Can I tell this fucking story now?
Go ahead.
Thank you. So when we'd have to qualify at the range twice a year, every 6 months, and you shoot a shotgun, a pistol, and a rifle. And one of my RSOs, he would when he was trying to explain to us how to be a better shot, he would stand super goofy.
Yeah.
Super fucking usually you're your shoulders are kind of square off, but he'd turn his hand, put his elbow in his hip, put his hand out like a platform, and he was a great shot with it. It was cool, but but that's not very practical at the same time.
Are you familiar with the President's Cup?
Is it a shooting competition?
Yes. It's a shooting competition, and I believe the military has each military branch has a team, and then I think civilians either have their own cup or it's 100 people that can compete for it. But the stances that they use,
goofy,
and the breathing techniques, and it's crazy.
I think. Do you know who Dakota Meyer is?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Sarah Palin's son-in-law.
That's not right.
That is right.
I don't think so.
Yes. Former son-in-law.
There we go. Former son-in-law. So Dakota lives in Dripping Springs, actually. Not too far away. I think he's a part of the fire department there.
Let's look him up. You want to go see Dakota?
Yeah, let's go.
Do you know who Dakota Myers is, Joey?
No.
Dakota Myers is the I think he's one of the young. No, he's not the youngest recipient of the Medal of Honor, but he's He
incredible story.
Yeah, incredible story. Great Marine. He was a sniper in Afghanistan, but I think he won the President's Cup. Did Dakota? That doesn't fucking matter. But I think he might have shot in the President's Cup for the Marines.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that competition, and when they're doing the standing, because I think they do a standing, a prone, and then a sitting or kneeling. But on the standing competition, some of the stances are arch the back, and
Hold on 1 second, Dad. Guys, I'm here to talk to you about my friends over at Texas Hill Country Provisions. They're doing something really cool for local independent Texas artists here in their studio at the Chill Country Studio in Austin, Texas. They're giving them a platform to showcase their talents and get discovered and let people find out about them. And they are sponsoring my podcast, and I am grateful for them. And guys, they also have a line of full spectrum, organic, clean THC gummies that are not only awesome, but they're also delicious. They have a great line of hats and shirts that are all designed by them here in their studio. Go online, check them out at thcprovisions.com/Mav for a special discount code. And also, go check them out on Instagram at Texas Hill Country Provisions and Chill Country TX. Go support them. Thank you so much. But, I did want to tell you this, man. Going back to, the whole social media thing and all that. If there's one thing that Austin taught me about being successful in comedy is you don't have to be here to be successful in comedy. You don't have to be, you don't have to live here to be successful in comedy. You can make trips here and do stuff like that. And I've been really thinking about it a lot. And I got something that's happening in the process right now. And if it's, if it doesn't, what is it? I can't say.
It's a new Spy Kids movie.
OnlyFans page.
I'll fucking kill you, dude.
It's OnlyFans.
I have something in the process right now that'll be, kind of life changing for me if I get it. Dad, I'll fucking eat that shit. And if I get it, I'd love to stay in Austin and stay here for that opportunity. But if I don't, I decided I'm really gonna rethink being here, and I would much rather make trips down here once a month.
Yeah.
To do shows or to do whatever, because it'd be a lot easier for me if I just came down here once a month, plan out a Thursday through Sunday trip, and then go and just do as many shows as I can in those 4 days or whatever, and then just come back to Oklahoma or come back wherever. But living down here, it's cool, but it's like, I could be a welder in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I could be closer to you, and I can help you out with, stuff that you need help with, or be closer to my girlfriend, or be closer to family.
Sure.
And stuff, and not pay $1,000 in fucking rent every month,
Yeah. You can always work stuff like that out, but, you don't know that until you've actually, you had to come to Austin to figure that out.
Yeah, and that's...
because I remember when you were in Oklahoma, it was, I got to get to Austin, got to get to Austin.
Well, I think Austin...
You gave up a lot to get to Austin.
I did give up a lot to come to Austin, but also I came down here, and now I feel like I've... not to brag, but I feel like I've made a pretty good name for myself.
I will say this, and without bragging too much, I think you're... I've been there the whole time. Took you to your first set, Tulsa. Mm-hmm. So I got to see you do a lot of comedy in the city when you were there, and saw, even since you've been here, I've been able to see you a few times. And the nice thing about it is every time I've seen you, you get better.
Yeah.
Every part of your game gets better. And if you were at that point where you were stagnant, mm-hmm. and you weren't getting better,
right,
or regressing,
yeah,
I would let you know.
Oh yeah,
like, dude, you're wasting your fucking time.
Yeah,
you need to focus on your career.
Yeah, that is when.
And comedy ain't it.
That is when.
But and not to brag, yes, I'm super proud of you, but kind of brings up a point, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Your friends, how did I do, or what do you think? Sometimes you gotta, when you see that regression or that things aren't working out the way that person thinks that it should, or
yeah,
you got to be honest with them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because if you're not, you're really doing them a disservice.
Oh, for sure.
You know, because they're wasting. Not everybody's made to be a comedian. Not everybody's made to be, you know, like I was a fireman. Not everybody's made to be a cop. Not everybody's made to be an actor. That may be your dream. Well, fuck, I want to be a Kardashian. My wife wants to be a fucking Kardashian. She'll never be a Kardashian, you know?
Right.
No matter how much shit she puts in her face or shit she puts in her hair or jewelry or clothes or anything, she'll never be a Kardashian. You know, it's just the fact.
Yeah.
So I think honesty is a big part of that, and you know, you got to be honest with the people that you love and care about.
Right.
You know, even if it hurts them.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Austin served me really well, and I have a lot of friends here, and I've done really well being here in comedy.
Done good.
You know.
You did good, kid.
You done good, kid.
Go get me a beer.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with this deal that's happening right now, and if that goes good, then that'll allow me to do more comedy. It'll allow me to not.
So what's the end game? Netflix? Are we? I mean, what's the goal?
The end game is to be Dan Cummins. That's the goal I've set for myself.
I don't know how to say this. Who the fuck is Dan Cummins?
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
Dan Cummins is a comedian, and he's a podcaster, and he's been around for forever. Very fucking funny. But he's got a following that is, like, diehard. He's not on Netflix. He's not...
Is he happy?
Oh, he's very happy.
Okay.
He's got a beautiful wife. He's got kids. He's got a good business.
Not gay.
Not gay. He lives in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yeah.
You ever been to Coeur d'Alene?
Never even been to Idaho.
I mean, either. Thank the fucking Lord.
I'm going, though.
When?
Maybe next summer.
Why?
Because I want to go to Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to load up the little woman.
Yeah.
Head up to Yellowstone I'm going to try to take like 2 to 3 weeks off.
Oh, cool.
Maybe work on the road some.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go to Yellowstone. I've been to Sturgis. That's kind of over that.
Yeah.
But go to Yellowstone, Montana, into Idaho, and then work my way up to the buck factory.
Oh, cool.
And then come back down.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed in South Dakota anymore, are you?
I am.
North Dakota? Where's Sturgis at?
South Dakota.
Oh, okay. I thought you weren't allowed back in South Dakota.
No, we don't need to talk about that.
All right. Anyway, but
no, that was not. It was not like you presented it.
No. I'm just.
I had a 1-year ban.
That's right. You had a 1-year ban from South Dakota.
1-year ban.
Pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking cool though.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
So but like I can do this in Oklahoma City. I can have a podcast.
Hey, come on.
You gotta take Joey with you, though.
Joey wouldn't last a fucking minute.
Joey, you could be an Okie.
I know.
We could transform you.
I know.
Yeah. Be a good Okie.
Yeah, he would be a good Okie.
He
But
kind of looks like an Okie.
a little bit.
What are you talking about that's in progress? You're trying to be Dan Cummins. You growing your fucking beard out?
No, Dan Cummins is my comedy goal because he's...
Do you have a beard?
Yeah, he's got a big old beard.
He's not big.
I'm growing my beard back.
Is it? Is that right?
Yeah.
What happened to the mustache? The Don Fry thing, dude.
I like it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it, but...
Those handlebars need ladies to ride them.
I'll fucking kill you. You say shit like that to my dad again, dude.
I'm just keeping it for a little bit longer, Joey.
Yeah.
I had to shave the other day for work.
Yeah.
So I had to take the beard off. Kept the mustache.
Right.
But me and the wife are going to play Highway Patrol tonight. So
Oh, fuck.
Nice.
Oh, my
then I'm
God.
You want to work your way out of that ticket, young lady?
All right, guys, on that, I think we're going to end the fucking podcast. Dad, thank you so much for your help coming down, moving my camper, and hanging out with me, and I'm glad I got to do a show for you. And
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed seeing you again, as always. And I like the new spot.
Yeah.
So everything's going good. Got to meet Joey finally.
Rock on.
So I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah. I'll be back home in a few weeks. I'll stop by.
All you guys out there, share, like. What it is? Subscribe. Pass the word.
Pass the word.
I got on and looked, and we had almost hit 100 viewers on one of the podcasts. So
Nice.
I've hit 100 views on most of them, but I will say this: we are over 100 subscribers.
So you know the thing about if you take a penny and you add a penny to it every day.
Double it every day.
If you double it every day, How long does it take to make like $1 million?
Like 18 days or something.
18, yeah, under 30 days.
Under 30 days, yeah.
Got to do that with your little podcast.
Yeah, because it's that fucking easy, Dad. I'll just fucking, hey guys.
Obviously.
Hey guys, we're going to get 1 million subscribers in a month. That's what's going to happen.
Why not?
It doesn't work like that.
Why? I hate when people say it doesn't work like that. I really do. Well, because sometimes it does work like that if you just put your mind to it.
Yeah, stupid.
Sometimes if you just say, you know what? Well, here's an example. And I know we got to go. I got to get on the road. Get the fuck out of this godforsaken place. But anyway, back to the God's country. The guy that you were talking about that was a blackjack?
Yeah, the blackjack guy.
Every time I get, 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to bet $1,000, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You were going ape shit over that.
Yeah.
Every fucking day you're calling me, bugging my ass. Hey, he just made 100,000 more.
He
had an idea. He put it together.
So, I'll start an idea like that.
So, everybody that watches this, you just need to tell them, hey, tell a friend. Tell a friend to watch my podcast.
All right, let's try this.
And then have them tell their friend.
All right, let's try this. Everybody shut up.
Jesus started with 12 disciples. 12 people. 12 people. Now look, where are we at? 2,000 years later, the majority of the people in the world are Christian.
I don't want to start a war.
I think, or is it Muslim? Is it Muslim or Christian?
I think it might be Muslim.
It's Buddhist.
Yeah.
So Jesus was technically an influencer.
He was the biggest influencer.
Jesus was the first influencer.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
I listened to a book about the Knights Templar on the way down here, and that whole thing was about the war between the Christians and the Muslims way back in like the 1100s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Crusades and shit like that.
Yeah.
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 All right, hold on. Let me try to do this. All right, hold on. Let me make sure Guys, how's it going? My name is Maverick McWilliams. Hold on 1 second. Let me think about it. All right, cool. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Hi, guys.
Boom.
Roasted.
What's going on, guys? Maverick McWilliams here. I don't know if you know this, but I have a podcast called Mavsplaining. It's on YouTube. We have a few episodes out. Go check it out. And we would love if you told a friend. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for money or donations. You just take that podcast. Joey, shut the fuck up. we just ask that you just tell a friend about it and ask them to watch it. And maybe stay subscribed, maybe we don't. That's all we're asking. So if you could do that for us, it would be really helpful.
We're trying to get to a target number here.
We're trying to get to a target number here so my dad can be proud of me. So please.
100,000 views by the end of the year.
I want 100,000 views or followers.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
Just do views.
Just views.
Guys, I would like 100,000 views on this episode by the end of the year. So just send it to a friend.
That's nice.
That's nice.
You just promoted yourself. That's good.
Thanks, Dad.
Nice.
Yeah. But now I got to edit it and clip it and cut it. And
oh my God, it's so much work. Oh God, I really don't want this, but I'll do it anyway. You want this to be a success or not?
I'm fucking trying, dude.
No, you're not.
I'm fucking trying, dude.
Okay.
I'm going to be
proud of you.
I'm going to thank you.
Now, what you should have done last night at your show, hey, I got a podcast. Check me out.
Yeah.
I should have done that. You know what? I'm going to start telling them.
There was 100 people right there. You could add 100 more viewers.
I could have. You're right.
And if they told 2 people,
and they tell
300.
And they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends.
Boom.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Dad, thanks for coming on. I love you.
See you later.
Bye. Guys, later.
Joy.
Later.